So as we get set to go here, Monarchs come in with a 1-1 record. The Outlaws still looking for their first win of the season. They are 0-2, of course. Plenty of changes on that side of the coin. And off the draw, first possession loose in the neutral zone. Both teams battling for it in there. And the scrumming continues. Oshawa had it, lost it. Noah Missap in there, and Toronto now with it. Aaron Walker had it momentarily, battling for it as well is Mason Kaminga, and here come the defending champs. First possession of the game belongs to Toronto. They'll set things up with their offense, and it's a high-powered, impressive offense, and number 23 leads the way in Jordan Dance. He is the catalyst. Henry follows out there as well. Keep an eye out. Parker Pfeiffer has been a demon. Shot clock winding down. First shot of the game on target. Szyskowski makes an easy save, and now the Outlaws will move it up with the Candrioli. He'll flip off. He'll retreat, and Gareth Haig now. He in his first season here in the Arenalacrosseleague, and he has been a force already out there with Jake Gilmore, and of course the master facilitator in John St. John. Chris Addy Atwood also out there. Turnover and a chance here now for the Monarchs, who have numbers. Looking to push it is Chase Eklund, and that pass goes awry. Back the other way, and it's Josh Thompson. Just called up for this game. Thompson's going to reel around, look for an opening, dump it off, and head to the bench. Job well done. Oshawa's going to set things back up again now, offensive end. Kick it over now, right side, back to the left. Looking for an opening, and something is Eddie Renault. Of course, Renault, long time with the Paris Riverwolves, now with the Outlaws. Good check there to pop it loose, but Monarchs now jump on that loose ball. They'll wait for the offense to set up and try to regroup. They'll kick it on that right side, started on the half boards with Dan Williams. Williams swing pass to the Dancer. Dance has that one knocked down. Good defense to get that stick in the shooting lane. Here come the Outlaws the other way. Tristan Rogers doing a good job. He'll give way now, and Jake Gilmore's shot stopped by Wendy. Monarchs now picking it up, looking to capitalize in transition. Moving up and bouncing off a tackle. A tackle is Campbell Parker as they'll set it up. Williams looking for follows. He can't connect on the pass. Going to have to hurry. Defense pressuring out. 10 on the shot clock. Down low, Pfeiffer looking for Williams. Couldn't connect. That underhand wide of the mark. Quick one. A chance there, but blocked again. So defensively, the Outlaws starting off strong here in this ball game. Ryan Haig, he'll dump it down. St. John, and he'll set things up. Haig out there, they'll work it around and start it now with Atwood on that right side. Atwood looking to shake one, lets it go, quick shot, but Wendy was there. Not sure what happened and why Graham Bergsma hit the carpet, but he's slow to get up. He'll hobble off. In the meantime, between time, the Monarchs will work it into the offensive end and set things up. We're at the 11.5-minute mark. First quarter, no score. Monarchs and Outlaws. Thanks for joining us here on this Saturday night. Outlaws with 10 on the shot clock. Working one-on-one. Some good defense there as Parker Pfeiffer looking for something. Dumps it off. Going to need something, but that's picked off. Outstanding defense by Andrioli, and they'll trot it over the timeline with Nick Webb. He'll flip. St. John now. Pressure on him. They'll work it down. Give and go. And it's a beauty. Wide of the mark, though. As St. John, not sure, misfired there. 10 on the shot clock, and that's going to be an interference call. Possession's going to go the other way, and we're going to get our first penalty of the game here, I believe, with 10:52 to go. And maybe not. Maybe just a carpet repair. That's what it looks like. So good job by crew chief Mac Abbott. Safety, of course, a priority, and now back to work on offense. Go the Monarchs. Dance, going to start at half boards left side, look for an opening, gets a double screen, kicks it back over Williams, works it down. Pfeiffer, that shot right on as Szyskowski on his game. Outlet pass is on the money. And they'll set things up with Ryan Nolan. He'll do a good job, pass it off. And now Renault. Renault will wait for the rest of the troops and looking to swing that, but lost his stick. So defense now. Here come the Monarchs, 3-on-2. They have numbers. Quick shot goes off St. John's leg. And once again, Outlaws get a chance to clear it, but can't do it. Picked up by the Monarchs. Work at half boards. And Kaminga's going to hold up. Wait a minute as we're at the 10-minute mark here, quarter number 1. No score. Patrick Thompson out there. Pfeiffer looking for an opening. Can't find one. And a turnover will give it back to the Outlaws. They work in transition. Chance here. Miss Zap and rung it off the pipe. Outlaws can't corral the rebound. They do now, and they'll get a fresh 30, get it into the offensive end and set things up. Good job there by Riley Morgan. And now Gareth Haig will set it up, and he'll work with Gilmore. 2 more, kick it around St. John. St. John looking for something, zips it back over. They'll work it now to that right side, diving and tucking it in. That was a beauty job by Austin Blumbergs as he opens the scoring, 1-0 for the Outlaws. So Blumberg just using his length to extend, and again, if you can utilize that crease dive, awfully tough for any goalie to stop, particularly when you're coming at him straight on. So Craig Wendy behind the 8 ball there, no fault of his. Defense has to keep them just a little further out. So the Outlaws jump out to the early lead. Monarchs now looking to respond. They had it, lost it, battling for it, and a good job by the Outlaws. But boy, oh boy, that's a whole lot of D collapsing in there on that ball. Still loose. And that's going to be an 8-second violation. And we got 2 refs go one way, 1 going the other. So it looks like possession is going to go to the Monarchs. And that's because it was in the defensive side. And now Williams will set things up. Dangerous Dan looking for an opening, 1-on-1. He'll kick it back out to the top. They'll swing it around. Follows will work it to Dance. Dance looking for that screen. Gets it. Dance with the spin move. Good defense there to stay on him. Kick it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Looking inside. Follows with the underhand wide of the mark. Rebound picked up. That's wide. No reset, 5 on the shot clock. Gonna need something. That one over the net, gonna be a violation. And possession's gonna go to the Outlaws. Another good defensive stand with 8:20 to go here in the opening quarter. Renault will work it around. Blumbergs dump it off, kick it back out. Renault trying to work 1-on-1. Good defense there, though, as it's shut down by Campbell Parker. Both teams playing D, a chance for some transition, and Monarchs will pick it up. Move it into the offensive end, 2-on-1. Dump over and bounce shot finish, and that was a beauty. So Nathan Ethier in transition finishes the 2-on-1, and we're tied at 1. When in doubt, you go to that bounce shot, and a good pass, as you saw right on the doorstep. Ethier doing a good job of filling that lane and filling the back of the net. So it looks like we're going to have a goaltending, not sure if it's just an equipment repair, as Ryan Schitzkowski's over at that bench. That is the case. He will return between the pipes. And with 7:48 to go here, we're knotted at 1. So despite holding an 0-2 record, the Outlaws lost 15-12 last week to the Peterborough Timbermen. The Monarchs lost a tough one, 14-12 to the Paris River Wolves. Chance here, good hesitation, move back, dump back over. That's a beauty finish there. So outstanding passing results in a goal from Noah Millsap. And it's 2-1 for the Outlaws, and that's just perfectly executed and rung in from that right post and in. So good job of ball movement by the Outlaws as their offense working well. Earlier today, of course, to start off week 3, it was the Whitby Steelhawks defeating the Peterborough Timbermen. That was an 18-8 final. And too much body as Kaminga, and with 7:24, that's going to take us to our first officials timeout. Set to go after our first officials timeout. 2-1 score in favor of the Outlaws. John St. John will inbound, and the offense for the Outlaws will go to work. They'll work it around. Atwood on that right side. Familiar spot. Looking to do a little shake and bake. Ethier on him. St. John behind the net. Looks for the give and go inside. Pass can't connect. Atwood's going to battle for it, but a good job to get a stick on it by Millsap, and that's going to be possession to the Monarchs. They're going to move it up with Thompson. Thompson one-on-one. Going to try to body his way in. Good help defensively to close that off. Thompson's going to curl out, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game, and it's going to go to the Outlaws. Behind the net, the dunk, and caught napping. So an outstanding job. If you haven't seen Jordan Dance do that, you better ask someone because he is a master. That's his first of the game, 6th of the season. We're tied 2-2. So mentioned earlier about how difficult it is for goaltenders to stop that crease dive in front. From behind, as soon as you lose sight, you're not sure which side of that net that offensive player is going to come out of, and Dance is a master at faking one way and going the other, and what you saw right there was a prime example. So I said that Millsap got the credit for the goal. Not sure if it was Nick Andrioli that finished that, but I think I am correct that it was Millsap. As Dance now, they're going to work that right side, kick it back to the top. Portelli out there, Stephen Portelli. He's going to hold on to it, 10 on the shot clock. Waiting for a screen, looking for some help. Gets one. Kicks it over. Quick shot on the bounce, steered aside by Sheskowski, and that's going to be a fresh 30 for the Monarchs as that goes up into the netting out of play. Monarchs will work it back to the top and send it over to Follows. Henry Follows, ducks back in. That pass may have been redirected. Dance has it in the corner. Defender on him. Had a notion, and he'll peel back out. They'll reset at the top. 10 on the shot clock. We're under 6 minutes to go here. Follows, can't shed a defender as Nolan is on him. Tight. Good defense by the Outlaws. Dying seconds now. Fife Dog looking to go for it, and not this time. Creased the call. Sheskowski had that side covered, and the Outlaws hold strong now, and they'll work it up over the timeline. St. John will set things up in his familiar spot, wait for some assistance. They'll swing it around. Looking for an opening, something. Graham Bergsma out there as well, the KG vet with Atwood. Atwood tried to flip Bergsma. He's going to try to pick it up. Took a hit first, 5 on the shot clock. St. John dumps it in, but too much traffic as double teamed was Bergsma. So a good job on the defensive rotation by the Monarchs. They hold as well, and they'll set it up now with Dan Williams. Dangerous Dan taking it, but tried to go 5-hole, ran out of real estate, creased the call. It'll go back the other way. Tristan Rogers, he'll flip, he'll stay out there on offense. Now they'll work at Jake Gilmore. Gilmore dump, had a man cutting in Blumsburg, but they couldn't connect. And the Monarchs now will counter the other way. Portelli looking in, but that pass is lucky to get away with that. A bit of a suey pass. And now Follows, looking for an opening. He goes to the overhand. Stop, rebound, picked up another great save. And diving, that one didn't get through. And I'm not sure if Sheskowski got a shoulder on it or if that got rung off the crossbar. Either way, 20 on the shot clock now. Portelli, he'll kick it, Follows. Follows gets a step, dumps it off. Not expecting it, and was Riley Ford. And Pfeiffer, underhand pass on the run, top corner. Riley Ford with a beauty finish for his first of the game and second of the season. So just some good execution, no panic with the shot clock winding down. A good job by Pfeiffer to find the open man in Riley Ford, and he buries his second and gives Toronto a 3-2 lead. Off the draw, battling for it hard. And possession to the Outlaws. And that's going to be key. The Outlaws got to rebound sooner rather than later. And a whole lot going on in there. And Bergsma will settle things down. He'll ship it over, and a bad pass will give it right back to the Monarchs, and they got a chance here in transition. Lundberg, good defense, though, as the chance was for Graydon Power, but he wasn't able to shed a defender, and Josh Thompson now will tiptoe over the timeline. He'll look for some help, gives it right back. Aaron Walker. Walker with Thompson a beat. Walker goes to the side. Great save by Shakowski. Stuck out the right glove, and his outlet pass on the money. No numbers here for the Outlaws. St. John, no, going to try to take advantage. Goes to the shot. Good save by Wendy. And we're going to have a penalty call here. It's going to be an illegal cross-checking, and I think it's going to go to the Monarchs. And it's going to give the Outlaws their first power play of the game. So Dan Williams is the guilty party. Oshawa comes in with a less than impressive power play percentage of 43% efficiency, so they'd love to do a little something with that. So Bergsma out there with Atwood, St. John, Gilmore, and St. John's shot steered aside by Wendy. They'll get another clock to work with. Good goaltending, and if you haven't seen Craig Wendy, one of the best in the business. No-look pass up to the top. Gareth Haig! So a good job by the Outlaws as they capitalize with the man advantage. Up that percentage for sure. More importantly, though, that ties the game at 3-3. Of course, just as I say, Craig Wendy, one of the best in the game. That shot comes from a bit of a distance, but traffic in front. And in this league, boy, special teams certainly a factor. A lot of times the determining factor in this game. Off the draw, it's going to be a violation. Possession to the Monarchs as we inch toward the 2-minute warning. Thompson, he's going to start it. He'll stay out there. They'll work it around, swing it to Follows. Dance back out there. He wasn't out there the last offensive shift. Follows has time. Missed the net. Rebound picked up, and now here come the Outlaws in transition. They have numbers, 3-on-1. Dump in and not able to connect on that pass as Ryan Hay couldn't hold on to it, but it looked like there's going to be another penalty called. That's going to be a slashing call. So the Outlaws are going to go back to work with a man advantage, and 1:38 left here in quarter number 1. So nothing better for a team that just scored on the power play to get a chance to go right back to the man advantage, and that's going to be the same unit out there. So you've got Haig at the top, St. John and Gilmore on that left side, Atwood and Bergsma on the right. They're going to work it around, give everyone a touch now, 20 on the shot clock. Now they're going to go to work. Atwood in his spot. Atwood on the money. That's steered aside by Wendy. Rebound, Thompson. Oh, he can cover a lot of ground with those big strides. He may try to take advantage. Haig there, though, sizing him up, and Thompson's going to play the clock here. 1.5 minutes to go in the man short. Ford, he's going to go for a bit of a jog. 10 on the shot clock. Peyton Wallace on him, and down, and good job collectively, but Ethier's shot stopped, though, by Shakowski right off the mask. We're at 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Outlaws going to try to slow it down here, be a little more deliberate. 20 on the shot clock. And St. John now sizing up the situation. 35 seconds left in the game clock. 10 on the shot clock. Got to go to work. Got to go to work now. Atwood looking to dump it. Bergsma. Quick pass. Quick stick stop by Wendy. So Gilmore on the doorstep. Wendy now. And he gives it right back. And it's Atwood. And Atwood loses it. So that was a whole lot in a little bit of time. No damage done. And Monarchs now get into the offensive end. Trying for something. Dance's shot with 10 seconds on the game clock in the quarter. Jordan Dance buries his second of the game. Boy, I tell you, Dan Williams, a good job to spot Dance right there. And if you don't extend that defensive coverage on Dance and give him that room to shoot, he's going to hurt you, and that's the case there. So 9.1 seconds left. 4-3 lead for the Monarchs. And off the draw, Kuminga can't hold on to it, loses it. And Morgan now looking to capitalize again. Underhand right at the buzzer, stopped by Wendy, so 15 in the books. 4-3 Monarchs. We'll be back with the second. All set to go here, locked and loaded for second quarter. So the last goal was a shorthanded marker by the Monarchs, and Outlaws with possession now. And probably, and it's not up there, but probably around 15 seconds left in this power play. As Outlaws now going the other way. We'll work it at the top. It's Atwood. Atwood goes to the sidearm, wide of the mark, rebound. Bergsma, no look pass, St. John. St. John! That's a beauty finish. Usually the facilitator, this time the recipient. So a beautiful no-look pass from Graham Bergsma sets up St. John for his first of the game, fourth of the season. And we're tied 4-4. So both these two teams, particularly the Outlaws, have gone through some changes. That's one of the beauties of the Arena Lacrosse League is you may have a nucleus of one or two, but things are ever changing. Congratulations to all the Arena Lacrosse League participants last year that have moved up and are playing in the National Lacrosse League. As the league continues to shine because of you. Dance and Williams put it on the money. Dance took his eye off it. Bad outlet pass from Shikowski. Going to be an issue, but Andrioli does a good job to track it down. Tell you, there's something to be said about that veteran leadership, and Nick Andrioli has been with the Outlaws from the onset and a vital piece along with St. John. Chance here on the dump off, and that shot by Renault. Rebound picked up, and they'll set it back up with a fresh clock. Angus Rotting out there as well. He'll stay on offense. Atwood filter out to his spot, swing around. Renault will work it deep in that corner. Get it up. Trying to make a move. Gilmore, give and go down top, and a nice finish. So that is some outstanding passing by the Outlaws. As there was a whole lot of tic-tac-toe and just waiting for the signal because that is a beauty goal, and it looks like it's going to be Jake Gilmore that was on the toe end of that passing play. Or maybe it was Andrioli. We'll have to check, but Andrioli's going to get credit. And I stand corrected. It'll be Eddie Renault that picks up the goal, his first of the game. That might be Renault's first, at least, yeah, for sure tonight. I'll have to check the stats because a little different when he's not wearing a River Wolves uniform, but an Outlaws and a 5-4 lead for Oshawa as St. John will settle it down. So Renault is the official recipient. Once again, master facilitator in there, and St. John trying to put it through an opening in the crowd. Gets double teamed. Boy, he 5 seconds on the shot clock. Tiptoed and just a little too much work around that net was Haig. Crease violation, and Thompson now will leg it over the timeline. So early in the second quarter has been dominated by the Outlaws. We're under 13 minutes to go. First offensive set here for the Monarchs now. No look follows. He's going to peel back around. Goes to the underhand stop by Shikowski. Scoops up his own rebound. Fresh 30 to work with for the Monarchs. He'll kick it back out. Set up with the Fife dog. He'll get a step. Fife, duck it in. And he goes to the top corner. Oh, the Fife dog crew in full effect one more time. First of the game for Parker Pfeiffer. His 4th goal of the season. And to no one's surprise, we're tied at 5. If you've been privy to a lot of the Arena Lacrosse games so far early in this season, we are, of course, in week 3 now. Boy, the parity has been impressive. As players, of course, trying to play the highest level they can to try to get to the highest level there is in the National Lacrosse League. The Arena Lacrosse League, of course, still the official partners with the NLL. Delayed penalty call coming here, and it's coming to the Outlaws. And an 8-second count will stop play here, and a legal cross-check will allow the Monarchs to go to the power play for the first time. So this power play unit for Toronto has been impressive throughout. Of course, they are the defending champs. So Dance is at the top. Out there working with Nick Miller. And follows, and Dance goes to the shot. Shikowski follows, almost picked it up, but an outlet pass is going to get lofted up into the basket. Andrioli had it but lost it. Did a good job to protect it, but wasn't able to corral it. And now the Monarchs will reset again with Miller. Miller, Dance, Williams out there as well. Pfeiffer, and follows the 5 for the Monarchs. Dance trying to gap that. Miller, good skip pass, swing around, back to Dance. Dance goes to the sidearm, off the post. So Shikowski didn't see it, but it ricocheted off that post. Didn't go over the goal line, and the Outlaws dodge a bullet and get it over the timeline. Minute 10 left in the penalty. 15 on the shot clock. Rodding trying to get a step. He'll swing it over. Renault, he'll lean in. 5 on the shot clock. Renault gets a shot off. Almost caught Wendy between the wickets, but a good recovery. And the Monarchs now are going to get it over the timeline, zipped in, but they can't hold on to it. Outlaws will take it right back. Merry Christmas, and it's Grandel. He's going to wait. Almost ran into a defender. Flips it off, and now Wallace is going to set up shop here with 30 seconds left in the penalty. And look over to Renault. Renault's going to hold tight. Thompson on him. He'll bounce off. Looking quick, and a good quick shot, but right on the money. So Blumberg's dangerous while shorthanded, but not able to capitalize. And the Monarchs now in the dying seconds here, this power play. So Pfeiffer will work the top here, has Dance with him. Team's now back to full strength. Dump off pass, and Williams tried to dive over. In the crease, though, got out quickly. Net off, but back on again, and the Outlaws do a good job to corral that loose ball. Missap, he'll put on the brakes. Back door. Going to the bounce, and it trickles in. So Gareth Haig in full flight takes a pass and buries his first of the game. That is his 4th goal of the season. He has really helped out the scoring. Of course, Luke Laskowitz no longer with the Outlaws, and boy, picking up some of the slack, and a big goal gives the Outlaws a 6-5 lead. 9:44 to go here in this first half. Off the draw. Outlaws get it. And that pass looking for Haig. That was Ryan Haig looking for Gareth. Not able to connect it. In the meantime, between time chance here. Bortelli stopped. So a great save there by Shakowski as he covered that left side of the net. Grandel in some trouble. Going to have to hurry and they get it over the timeline. Duck it in. Is Millsap, and he finds the back, but it's going to be a crease call. So no goal on the play as Haig ran out of real estate. Aaron Walker now will calm things down. Dump it over, and it's Dance. Dance working on the half boards. Looking, tries to go underhand. That's wide of the mark. Rebound, though, will remain on the net, and possession now to the Outlaws. We're under 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Ryan Olin over the timeline. He'll wait for the rest of the offense. Find it, and they'll set it up with Bergsma. Bergsma will work it down, and it's Blumberg's. Kick it back out, St. John. Looking inside to Haig, and a great save by Wendy. St. John had it, overran it, and they could have had a chance to reset that clock with another possession. Instead, Monarchs now will work it up with Nicholas D'Amico. Does a good job, gets it to Follows. They'll swing it around, settle it down on the half boards. Give and go, and Thompson had it, and we're going to check that. So good job by Simon D'Souza and Mac Abbott to get together. Not sure if he landed and creases the call. So ball went in the net, but the foot landed on the crease area before it crossed the goal line. No goal. And once again, the Outlaws will dodge one and set things up on offense. Good defense, though, as the Monarchs put a double team on St. John. St. John with a kick pass over. Not able to handle it, and here come in transition. It's Kaminga. Kaminga goes to the shot, stopped by Shakowski. St. John teetered on it, but read that beautifully to avoid the back in. And now the Outlaws get it to Atwood. Chris Atwood always looking stylish, got the one red, one blue shoe on. And taking that shot again, Wendy with a good save. Going to have to move in a little closer than that if you're going to beat Craig Wendy, I'll tell you. Bergsma. He'll swing it around, high pass. Good job by Haig. That right on. Rebound picked up. Outlaws now again go back to the bounce shot. Maybe should have taken a little more time. Instead, now the Monarchs will counter the other way with D'Amico. He'll get it over the timeline. Bergsma on him. And they'll set things up now. Dump over, and Pfeiffer's going to get chased around. Dump it back off. And it's Miller. Miller looking down, and penalty going to be called on the play. It's going to go to the Outlaws, and with 6:48 to go, that's going to take us right to our officials' timeout. As we return from our officials' timeout, it's going to be Nolan Reddy that gets saddled with a slashing penalty for the Outlaws. And that means the Toronto Monarchs back to work with a man advantage. 0 for 1 on the power play. They have managed to pocket a shorty, though. Trail this 1-1 with 6:48 to go. So the usual suspects out there, and Follows and Miller on that left side. Dance at the top. It'll be Pfeiffer and Williams working on that right side. Everyone will get a touch here. And they'll go to work now. Dance takes a shot. Shakowski, good save with the shoulder. Ball loose now, battling for it, Nolan. Pfeiffer had it, and now it's Andrioli, and that's going to be a dangerous play by Dance. And despite the result, I find that I don't think that was an intentional headshot. I think because of the positioning that Andrioli was in, that hit from Dance looked a little bit more than it could have been. And we're going to see what the call's going to be. So Dance is going to nullify that Monarchs power play. Question is, how many, if he's going to get 2 or 4. So it's a 2-minute call. So with 1:35 to go in the power play, we'll play 4-on-4 here for that amount of time, and Bergsma will jump start the offense here with Gilmore for the Outlaws. They'll work it around to that right side, and it's Bloomsburg's. Swinging around, St. John. 15 on the shot clock. 1-on-1, he'll kick it over. Him and Bergsma, two-man. Bergsma gets a step, looking back to St. John. Good one-handed catch inside, and Gilmore wasn't able to handle it. Bergsma with 5 on the shot clock. Going to have to do a little something. Bergsma dying seconds. He'll just flip it in the corner. Good decision there, and the Monarchs now will go back to work. So a minute left in the Oshawa penalty. And the Monarchs now will get their opportunity 4-on-4 here. Ford looking to beat a defender. Wallace on him, gets some help. They'll peel back out. Follows, will swing it around. They'll work it to that right side. Portelli looking for an opening and a screen. 5 on the shot clock. Dumps it back out. Not able to get it cleanly, but Ford with the inside out or right on target. Shakowski, quick outlet pass to Nolan. Nolan doesn't have the numbers, so he's going to stop, drop, and set up shop. Backdoor chance here, and it's Hagen. What a save by Wendy. My, oh my, Craig Wendy. Fully extended on his back, kept that over the goal line and made sure it was with a little extra wiggle. And talk about a bullet dodge by the Monarchs, and they'll go to work now. Just 10 seconds left. They are in a man-short situation. That shot from Miller right on, stopped by Shakowski, and he'll look to make an outlet. Change the angle, and a good job there. Legging it up over the timeline is Rogers, and now the Outlaws will set it up. 15 seconds left in the man advantage. So they're going to have to try go work quickly if they're going to get something done here. St. John, two-man game with Haig. Can't connect cleanly. 7 on the shot clock. Dying seconds. Atwood has that knocked down. Good job on defense by Graydon Power. And Power now will leg it over the timeline. Power's going to go for it. Give and go. Power, great save by Shakowski. He steers that one aside. Nolan, Dance on him. Dance gets pushed right to the timeline, flips it right on target. Going to be a penalty. Just a little too much extra on the extra, and that is going to cost the Outlaws 2 minutes. So Gareth Haig, the guilty party, he'll spend a couple of minutes thinking about what he did. We're at the 4:03 mark here this first half. So 0 for 2 and an abbreviated power play are the Monarchs as they go back to work. Same 5 out there this time for the power play. Dance at the top. They'll work it in. Dance. Gap that, and that's blocked. Good job to close up that gap. No reset, 15 on the shot clock. Monarchs now looking to attack. Dance, skip pass follows right on the mark. Stuck right to Shakowski. He'll get it now, and Nolan will look to try to move it up. Gets some help as Wallace now will leg it over the timeline, dump it off, makes a bad pass, and gives it right back. Merry Christmas. We're at the 3.5-minute mark here. Monarchs now with just over 1:20 left in a man advantage. Miller, he'll work the half boards. Hole up, and they'll wait for the rest of the offense to filter out. Follows will take a couple checks, getting to where he should be. Quick two-man passing now left side. 10 on the shot clock. Dance. Skip over. Williams. Skip pass follows. Can't finish that. That was one thing. Dying seconds now. Going to need a shot here. And some outstanding defense, although good job to get that shot right on. But Shakowski had that short side covered. And we're under 3 minutes now. Outlaws to work. 46 seconds to burn now in the penalty. Renault. So a whole lot of yelling, a whole lot of counting going on, but no one in stripes is worried about it. Monarchs playing at one end. Renault goes the other way. Beauty goal, Eddie Renault, his second of the game. And it comes well shorthanded. Eddie Renault, that's just an example of a good veteran player knowing when he has an opening. And what was even better was the placement of the shot as Wendy was going to his right. That shot came back to the left. So the Outlaws with a shorthanded goal. The Monarchs do the same. And more importantly, Outlaws now with their largest lead, 7-5. Back to work. Monarchs dive off the post. Nolan's going to pick it up. He's going to get a double team. Runs it to Dance and follows. They're trying to pressure. Follows. Fishing that out. Dance gets it. Kicks it back out. Fresh clock here for the Monarchs. So they're going to need an answer after giving up that shorthanded goal. 5 seconds left in the man short. Portelli. He'll wait. They'll wait for things to get evened off. And dump off on the cut. Pfeiffer gets cut down quickly. Ball loose. 5 in the shot clock. Williams gets it. Dumps it down low. Pfeiffer probably should have taken that shot, as that's going to be a violation, and possession's going to go the other way. Wallace avoids a check, and he'll try to leg it over that timeline. Does just that, and they'll set things up now with Blumbergs. Minute and a half to go here, first half. Bergsma working it to Renault, kick it over St. John. Atwood, stranded, overload on the right side. They'll filter over, work it back to the left. 5 in the shot clock. St. John, dump over Atwood on the money. Steered aside by Wendy. And a fresh 30 here for the Outlaws. Good job on offense. No panic late and deep in the shot clock. Bergsma, dump off. Atwood fakes, tried the no-look shot, just missed that top corner left side. It's picked up now. Portelli's going to try to put on the Jets. He does. On the run. Doesn't have the numbers. Good transition defense by the Outlaws. Andrioli matching him speed for speed. Bergsma doing a great job defensively. And now they'll set it up with Dance. Under a minute, 45 seconds. Dance to spin. Atwood read that like a book and took it from him. And here come the Outlaws now. Bergsma has been out there for a while, as he now is going to dump it off, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Outlaws with 33.8 seconds left in this first half. So set to go here, 33.8 seconds to go. Szyckowski's still in the net, so no extra attacker. The Outlaws are going to go 5-on-5 here, 20 seconds on the shot clock. St. John now is going to look to burn some time, let it wind down a bit. So a design play. Let's see what they've got. Joe Hiltz and company. Atwood gets chased down. Ethier on him. Atwood back out to St. John, wrong stick side. 5 in the shot clock. Great accuracy right on the corner, but now going to be a timeout call by the Monarchs with 15 seconds to go here in this second quarter. Here we go with 16 seconds on the clock, so a second put back. Net empty at the Monarchs' end, trailing by 2 here. And they're going to leg it over the timeline. Got to go to work. Don't have a whole lot. Miller going to look to Dance. Get it back. Miller has an opening. Kick it over. They'll work it. Bad pass. Pfeiffer going to try to recover. 4 on the game clock. That pass goes awry, and that's going to be it as the buzzer goes. We've played 30 here at the track. 7-5. Outlaws back with the third. Back to it here. Welcome to third quarter action as off the opening faceoff. Ethier now in transition. Monarchs looking to capitalize right away, and they do in a blink of an eye. Just 10 seconds off the clock, and the Toronto Monarchs pull to within 1. So Ethier picks up the goal. Sorry, Ethier made the pass. Looks like Campbell Parker, the recipient, he buries his first of the game. More importantly, though, right off the bat, Monarchs close that gap, and the lead now just 1 for the Outlaws. Off the draw now. Once again, a little fire lit under them, and Monarchs with possession is Thompson. He's going to look to go one-on-one, gets a step on Ruddy, and right in the breadbasket, stopped by Szyckowski, and Outlaws now will try to settle things down here and move it into the offensive end. They do with Renault. Eddie Renault sheds a defender. He's going to set it up. Bergsma's going to filter down on that right crease. Teams at full strength, 5-on-5. They'll work it around Bergsma, half boards, 10 on the shot clock, kick it around to Renault on the left. Renault gets a step. Shovel, pass to Atwood. He can't hang on to it. Instead, it's Ben Heidecker that gets it. He's going to hightail it out of trouble, and they'll get it over the timeline, slow things up now on the half boards. Henry follows. He'll wait for the rest of the offense, working with Portelli. Portelli looking for that screen. Doesn't get a good one. Good job on the defensive switch. Kick back out. Dancer, half boards. 6 on the shot clock. Good job defensively as trying to find an opening and figure it out was Owen Ron. They've done a good job keeping him quiet here in this game. But a good offensive rebound gives the Monarchs another possession. Portelli, 13 and a half to go here in this third quarter. Monarchs have already struck. Another good save by Shakowski. Stuck out that right arm. And ball loose, and Merry Christmas again. Monarchs will get another chance. So the Outlaws can't regain possession. That gives Dance a shot. Good shoulder save. Rebound picked up. Dance had it, lost it, had it, lost it. And now looking to work it up. And over the timeline is Wallace. And trying to find Haig in stride. Couldn't do it. Monarchs going to try to counter the other way, but it could be a very, very giving time of year, obviously, as both teams don't want to hang on to it and give it right back. Here come the Outlaws. Nolan has an opening. Nolan dumps it over Haig. Back tic-tac and in the back of the net. Good job of passing as Haig in full stride found Blumbergs, and he found the back of the net for the second time in this game. So the answer that the Outlaws was looking for has come with 12:36 to go here in the third quarter, and the lead back to 2-8-6. Just want to send a shout out to Deacon Knott, who made his opening night debut with the Philadelphia Wings of the National Lacrosse League. Congratulations to him and his dad Ian, of course, in the house here supporting their former team, the Outlaws. Jake Gilmore, half boards. Gilmore winds up. No look shot, steered aside by Wendy. Rebound loose. Outlaws battling for it. Bloomberg's had it. Power right in there. And that's going to be a penalty call as a good job by Mark Sands getting in there quick. And it looks like it's going to be Blumberg's the guilty party as that hit came in tight on Power. And he'll go 2 minutes for an illegal cross-check. So the Monarchs now will go to their fourth power play this game. They are 0 for 3 with it, and they've given up a short-handed marker. So they certainly need to do a little something about that. And I'm going to check my stats. I believe they do have a power play goal. And either way, Williams skip past top corner, and that's going to be crease the call. So interference the call. And the Outlaws will try to move it over the timeline. It's Nolan. Keeps the feet going. Miller's going to try to track him down. Nolan puts on the air brakes. Miller, though, gets a stick on it. Atwood's going to try to spin away. Walker ends up with it. Funky Walker. Dirty Talker getting the job done. Kaminga now. So Pfeiffer is going to wait and set things up now as they'll swing it around. Miller will work to Dance. Eight on the shot clock. Miller, gap it. Dance has room. Saved by Shakowski. Picked up, and good job to move that up in a hurry by Ryan Haig. And Outlaws now in the offensive end with Nick Andrioli. Andrioli has no help. He's going to go 1-on-4. If he does, he'll think better of it. With Walker and Thompson both marking him. He'll dump it down. 10 on the shot clock. 45 seconds left in the penalty. Andriola will just float that down deep. Job well done as they kill 30. Monarchs now with just 35 seconds left to try to cut into this 2-goal lead. Pfeiffer, quick pass. Portelli steps in. They'll gap that box. Looking to work it around. That underhand from way out wide of the mark. That's going to go over the timeline. Violation. 19 seconds left in the man short. Good job to hustle down and try to get that down by Millsap. And he'll get it out to Bergsma. Bergsma will set up shop right deep in the offensive end. St. John, he'll go for a bit of a stroll. 2 on him. And he'll kick that back out. And Haig now. Penalty over now. Teams back to 5-on-5. 10 on the shot clock. Outlaws looking to go to work with St. John. Skip pass out. They'll work it around. It's Bergsma. Dying seconds. Bergsma looking down low. Nothing doing there as St. John was blanketed by Thompson. And now the Monarchs will move it up. We're under 10 minutes to go here in the third. Thompson gets a step. His flip back to Pfeiffer. Good spin move. Not a good angle. Good decision not. Swings it back. That underhand by Ford. Right on by Shakowski, who's been good here in this ball game. And Wallace now is going to have his hands full trying to get past Thompson. He works it one pass. And they get it up and over the timeline. Good job there by Gilmore. Using his wide frame to shield the defender. St. John will dump it down. Rotting out there as well. Gilmore, 7 on shot clock. Underhand by Atwood. Rebound picked up. That shot through a crowd. Rebound again. Beauty fake and finish. Oh my. Jake Gilmore, where have you been? Beauty finish. It's 9-6. Great job by Gilmore, and I tell you, if you look there and see the fake first after he picked up the rebound and then pocketed in the other side, just the quick hands to get that done. Impressive in itself.
Oshawa goal scored by number 7, John St. John, and assist number 33. Jake Gilmore, time of the goal, 9-12. St. John.
So I like Gilmore for that goal. I don't think it was anyone else. And now back to work Monarchs, looking to answer, trailing by 3 now. Portelli down low on the doorstep. What a save by Shakowski. So the Outlaws getting the goaltending they need here in this game as the defending champs have had their opportunities. Haig now going to look to attack. Goes around Ethier. Haig and ran out of room as creased the call will send the Monarchs the other way. 8.5 to go here in the third. Thompson gets a screen. Dance. The dancer. Good fake. Goes in alone. Missed the far corner. No. So reset must have got some of the iron or some of Shakowski. One of the two. Skip pass. Dance. Opening. Quick shot. Wide of the mark. Rebound and chance. Another save by Shakowski. Josh Thompson in some trouble there. Ford on him. Has it taken away. And a good job to leave it, but that's going to be an 8-second count. And possession to the Monarchs. So Toronto here looking to answer now. Portelli will kick it, get it back. That goes off the defender, and I'm not sure Peyton Wallace wanted to play netminder there, but he did. 15 on the shot clock. Back to work now on that far side. Riley Ford muscles his way in, but can't beat Shutzkowski, and a good piece of officiating there as they let the bodies become untangled and clear out that blue crease area. So not sure if anything's coming of this. If Riley Ford's headed to the penalty box. No, he's not. So we'll see. It looks like an interference call. Just see who the guilty party is. Look like the Outlaws are going to get penalized. So Josh Thompson's going to head to the penalty box. The Monarchs now are going to go on their 5th power play. They've scored once and given up a shorty, and with 7:29 to go, we are going to take our officials' timeout. So just to clarify, penalty not on Josh Thompson. He's actually just serving it. Penalty's on Ryan Szyckowski. A dead ball foul is the call. Thompson's going to serve it. So, of course, my apologies to my neighbor and friend Josh, as the Monarchs now going to need something here with just under 7.5 to go here, trailing by 3. Largest lead of the game for the Outlaws, and usual suspects out there for the Monarchs with Dance at the top. Interchange. Kicks it back. Pfeiffer's going to do it too much. Nick Miller just a little too much hands-on. And the Outlaws now will move it up. Andrioli. Quick pass ahead. A chance here. And going to the bounce. Another short-handed goal. And it's Nick Webb this time with the finish. Second short-handed marker given up. But I tell you, Andrioli with the head up. And the Outlaws doing a good job in transition as they extend their lead now to 10-6. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments now Bobby DeBrone and company make with the deficit 4. And I tell you, in this game, in this league, 4 goals can evaporate in seconds. So Williams will go to work with Fife Dog, Dancer out there as well. Follows is down on that crease. Minute 20 left in the man advantage. Dance. Big shot from Ford, right on. Stopped by Szyckowski. Ball loose, and Ford's going to go right to the penalty box for sure. Minimum 2. Could be more, and Dan Williams taking exception there as him and Ryan Haig. Haig doesn't want any part of it. Williams is upset in the matter. And so Williams is going to go. Ford is going to get the initial checking from behind. We'll see what happens. We have to hope that. So slow to get up is Noah Missap. Good that he is up and off on his own power. That's a dangerous play. So Ford's going to go. It looks like Haig's going to go. And Williams. So Haig and Williams, I imagine, will have coincidental roughing minors. The question's going to be how long is Ford going to go, and a good piece of officiating by the crew. They're going to get together and have a talk about it, see what each official saw from which angle, and assess what they think is the appropriate time and appropriate penalty, as some jawing going back and forth in the penalty box, but it looked like smiles all around, so whatever's being said can't be all that harsh. So Mark Sands is going to report what the penalties are, and Mac Abbott is going to relay that to team captains, and they'll take it to their bench. So coincidental roughings to Haig and Williams, like we said. Ford looks like he's been ejected from the game. So he'll go for that hit from behind, and hard to argue that one. That's a dangerous, dangerous play. And that'll be a 5-minute major. So the Monarchs certainly not helping their own cause here, as instead of working on a power play now, they're going to be killing another penalty. And that's a whole lot with the way the Outlaws are working here on offense. 6:41 to go here in the third. And it just goes to show you how discipline, a key in every game here in the Arena Lacrosse League. Special teams are deadly, and a lot of times they are the difference in the ball game. So just getting it all cleared up on there. So the minute 13 left in the original penalty. That to Szyckowski. 2 on the board as Haig will spend that with Williams. And Ford has been ejected, so they'll have someone in the box serving that. And looks like that'll be Chase Eklund that's in the penalty box. And when it's all said and done, dust settles. Here come the Outlaws now. 4-on-4 lacrosse. St. John. He'll look, kick it over. And too much on that. Will give the Monarchs a chance here. Bad pass, though, as Owen Ron corrals that, and he'll set things up now. So we'll play 4-on-4 for another 50 seconds, and then the Outlaws will go to work with the man advantage. Follows, one-on-one, St. John's playing defense there. Ron's going to trail back and head to the defensive end, 5 in a shot clock. Follows, going to dance around. That shot goes off the leg as Riley Morgan might have been the second time he's made a save. And he's looking to move it up, and he does to St. John. John St. John, he'll slow it down. 20 seconds left now in the penalty. Gilmore had a notion, kicks it over. Bergsma tries to get a step, gets a late screen. Bergsma, he's going to tiptoe around that back and curl back out, dump it off. That one deflected, and that's going to go over the timeline, and a good job to get it before it landed. Either way, as you can see, special attention, Patrick Thompson paying to John St. John, and penalty over now, so Monarchs are going to try to burn some time. 3:35 to go in the major. Fife. Skip pass, fall to Dance. Dance trying to spin his way, but he spins into a double team instead. Scooped up. Here come the Outlaws. 2-on-2. So Rogers will put on the brakes, gives way, and Haig now will set it up. Atwood out there. Renault filter out to that left side. And they'll work the two-man game. Atwood now in that familiar shooter spot. Graham Bergsma's had an outstanding game here. That sidearm stop by Wendy. Here come the Monarchs now looking to flip it up. They do get over the timeline. It's Thompson. Thompson has a man one-on-one. Thompson tried to go far side. That didn't touch anything. And out of the back and on the run, here come the Outlaws in transition. Chance here. Haig. No look. Atwood. Late shot. Got knocked down. Walker had it. Overran it. And Atwood comes away with it. Good job by Chris Atwood to stay with it. And they'll set things up, though, but just 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Bergsma. Under 2.5 to go in the power play. Haig. Got to let it go. Stopped. Rebound loose. Ethier now going to have to put on the Jets and try to get over the timeline. He does. 3-on-1 for the Monarchs. Chance to capitalize. Follows. Should have taken that shot, and instead that extra pass bailed out, though, by Ethier. Possession still belongs to the Monarchs. Skip pass now. Follows. Trying to beat a man. Gets back up. Triple team. Good hesitation. Shake and bake. Stops. Drops. Shot just wide of the mark. Good job of killing. And with 1:52 seconds to go, Outlaws will get possession deep in the offensive end. Just over 3.5 to go here, third quarter. St. John, Gilmore, Haig, Atwood, Bergsma, the 5 out there looking to extend their lead. Need more cushion. 4 not enough. Kick it back out Atwood. Hasn't been able to set up shop in his usual spot. Haig, Atwood, flowing deep. That one right on target. Wendy stopped that. He'll look now to air it out, and he does, and gets it to Dance, but instead, not quite sure what Owen Ron was thinking, or wasn't, but put a hard hit on Gilmore, and I think Ron's going to head to the penalty box. So the Monarchs, a steady flow to the sin bin, make it awfully hard to close the gap. Just 1:27 left in the 5-minute major to Ford, who's been ejected. And Ron's going to get 2 minutes. Not quite sure what the call is, but looked like a cross check. An interference call. So it'll be 5-on-3 for the Outlaws for a minute 27. That's almost a lifetime. And if you're my age, that is a lifetime. So the Outlaws now with a chance here to extend this lead. A big kill here for the Monarchs if they can do it. Atwood, no look, off the post and in. So wasting no time as Angus Rodling finds the mark on the power play. Second power play goal of the game for the Outlaws. More importantly, it's 11-6 now, and so the 5 minute, no one's out for the 5 minute. The 2 minute, I believe, should be done. So that is the case. Just one Monarch now in. A chance for the Outlaws if they can capitalize again, as we're just under 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Off the draw. Kuminga can't hold it. Good job by Nolan, and possession belongs to Ryan Haig and the Outlaws. So Atwood now. Big chance here. The Outlaws have already done a good job capitalizing on the first, looking at another. Atwood dumps it down. Bergsma, skip. Chance here. Gilmore had an opening. Bodies flying through that dotted half circle. Bergsma, no look again. Went airborne, but going to be a penalty. This time it's going to go to, I believe it's going to go to the Monarchs again. So this time it looks like Patrick Thompson. And just when they finished playing 5-on-3, Thompson with a slash. And the Outlaws back to work again. So with 2:22 to go here, Oshawa in a good position here to extend this lead. It's already 5. And St. John now, they'll play a safety back at that timeline. And Bergsman now will shift up to that right shooter. Diving in. Hey, tried to go short side. Wendy cut that off. That ball zipped down, and good bounce pass will get it to Dance over the timeline. And Jordan Dance now will set it up. Not quite sure what's going on with the clocks, but 15 seconds left, I believe, in one of the penalties. Pfeiffer's going to elude a defender, has a double team there. 7 on the shot clock. He's going to try to lean his way in. Can't do it, puts on the brakes, coughs it up. Nolan in there, he'll take a bump. Nolan runs into a double team and weaves his way out. Good job by Nolan to get it over. Here come the Outlaws, going to try to take advantage. 4-on-2. Atwood tried to tuck it, couldn't beat Wendy. That ball loose, and possession to the Outlaws, to the Monarchs. Big hold there. Atwood with the theft. Atwood tucks it, top corner. Beauty finish. Chris Atwood underhand into the top corner in close quarters. So Chris Atwood, boy, oh boy, I tell you, you talk about hands. His first of the game, 5th of the season, but more importantly, it's about capitalizing on the power play. And the Outlaws have done just that to spread the gap. Now to 12-6. So teams now back to 5-on-5. And been a while since we could say that, as the Monarchs now with possession, as Brett Stoller fighting to hold on to it, takes a hit, does a great job to get it up. And Heidecker will send it over. Follows, gets a step. Follows, diving. What a save by Shakowski. Sticks out that left arm. Ball loose now. Battling for it, Ron. Again, Outlaws winning the battles to the loose balls. Rogers sheds a check. Still has a defender on him. He's going to hold it, keep it. Double team, Walker. Triple team now. Still has it. Bounces off another, switches hands, kicks it back out to Haig. Swing around to Bergsma. Great job by the Outlaws to hang on to that. And a job well done. Good team effort here, looking for their first win. That bullet right on. Wendy had to make a good save there, and Walker now will move it up. And the Monarchs will get over the timeline. Dying seconds here of this third quarter. 10 seconds to go. Monarchs would love something here. Follows. Gets a step. Weaves through. Left it hanging out. Taken away. Nolan scoops it up. Outlaws now. Run out of time, but what a third quarter. And we are done 3-12-6. Favor of the Outlaws. We'll be back with the fourth. All set to go here for the final 15 minutes, barring any changes, and off the draw. Monarchs with possession, so a good start as Campbell Parker now will look for the trailer out of the box, and it's Pfeiffer. Tried to do a spin move instead. That's going to be Kuminga, 2 hands on, possession to the Outlaws, and they have been on attack the whole time. Backdoor, Atwood! What a save off the post, off the back. So a chance for Atwood to extend the lead, but Craig Wendy enough of that to keep it from crossing the goal line. He'll zip it up backdoor, looking for follows. Bailed out though, they'll settle it down. Dance through a crowd, stopped by Sheskowski. Rebound picked up. Nolan does a good job, and I tell you, it's not going to show up on the stat sheet, but Ryan Nolan has been a real force. Follows, scooped that up, fished it out. But Nolan has done a lot of those things. The importance of ball possession and getting it into the offensive end with just 8 seconds has been valuable, as Atwood now will settle it down. He's had a strong game for the Outlaws. John St. John's been quiet, but again, when you're the master facilitator, it's not about how many times you score. Bergsma, dying seconds. That one well wide of the mark. That's going to go over the timeline. Violation. Possession back to Toronto. 13:43 to go here in the fourth. So the Monarchs with some work to do here, as they're being doubled up right now. And just 1 goal in that quarter in tight, and a chance there for Thompson, but Sheskowski has had himself a fine game. And now moving it up over the timeline is Wallace. Blumbergs kick it over. Renault. Sure, Eddie Renault, welcome addition to this Outlaws squad. That one well wide of the mark. That's going to be a violation. And the Outlaws, though, do have some room here with a 6-goal lead to try some different things. Problem is, you don't want that Monarchs Express to get going. Once they start, tough to stop. Miller had a notion, got it over. Pfeiffer trying to get a step. Andrioli matches him step for step. Miller on the run. Beauty bounce shot. So the Monarchs show a pulse here, as Nick Miller on the board for the first time in this game. And it's a 12-7 game, and you see the difference when the Monarchs play 5-on-5 and when they play short. So good job there, as the lead now cut to 5. Just under 13 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. So we'll see if the Monarchs can't put together a run. Good job off the draw. They get possession. Ethier move it up. Kuminga. Kuminga will attack. Kuminga moves in. Tried the inside outer, got knocked down, picked up his own rebound. 20 on his shot clock, so offense has time to filter out. Dance will move it onto the half boards. Campbell Parker on the run. Ducks in, leaves that hanging out there. And that's going to be a high stick call. Quick stick opportunity, but Williams can't do it. But the Monarchs will go back to work on the power play. 6 power play opportunity. They're 1 for 5. Problem is they've given up 2 short-handed markers in the process. So a chance here for Toronto to claw a little closer.
Oshawa, penalties number 32,
So Millsap will go for an illegal cross check. And that's going to give the Monarchs possession again. Williams not going to waste any time. That shot knocked down, and Williams will get it back. That shot on. Didn't realize the shot clock had reset. But no damage done as Miller will track it down, and they'll set it up on that right side. Williams kick it out. Pfeiffer. They'll work it to the top, gap it, give it a touch, dance over the net. Ball kicks loose in a half circle. Good job by Wallace. Keep a foot in that crease area, stays in. Going to have to hurry here. Zips that one the length of the carpet. Up, and St. John battling for it, but numbers in favor of the Monarchs with 1:05 to go here in the man advantage. So Toronto in need of something here. Trying to capitalize. Stepping into one is Pfeiffer. That's well wide of the mark. Ball's going to be loose. Good hustle. Wallace is going to leave that. It's going to be a violation. And possession to Oshawa with 11:24 to go here in the fourth. Bergsma's had some jump in his step today as he will get possession working at half boards. They'll look to kill some time here. Clock and time on the side of the Outlaws. St. John will work it around. Gilmore will come on the interchange. Send it over to Atwood. Atwood now. Pop out by St. John. He'll get it back. 10 on the shot clock. Atwood looking for a screen. Gets one from Bergsma. He's going to chase around, go for a run. Then he's going to loft that one in the corner. And Wendy's going to grab it. And with 20 seconds to go, Monarchs with a late chance here to try and move closer. Miller out there with follows. Out late is Parker. Portelli. And now Pfeiffer. Looking for something. They're going to gap it. Big shot. Portelli wide of the mark. Nolan again got a stick on it. Ball loose. Battling for it. Good job there to knock it back. And 5 on the shot clock. Follows. On the run. Underhand wide of the mark. And that possession now scooped up. And here come the Outlaws, but no numbers. Team's now back to full strength. Chased out is Millsap, and now they'll settle it down with Blumbergs. Him and Bergsma working on that right side. Gets a step on the run. Wendy closed that up. Basket where it should be between the wickets. And now trying to move it up in a hurry is D'Amico. D'Amico. Wallace on him. He's a handful. He'll flip it, retreat. Pfeiffer now. Swinging around to that right side. Kick it back to the left and dance. 10 on the shot clock. To the right. Good ball movement. Pfeiffer can't hit the net. 5 seconds now on the shot clock. Miller. That one again wide of the mark. Rebound again. That shot right out. Good save by Shiskowski. Andrioli, the speedster, scoops it up. And the Outlaws now will move it up. We're under 9.5 to go here in the fourth. Outlaws just over 9 minutes away from picking up their first win of this season. Gilmore will swing it around to the left. Close to a moving screen there is Haig. Good defense by Ethier. St. John let that go instead. Gilmore picked it up. Top corner. Jake Gilmore. Big goal for the Outlaws. That's Gilmore's second of the game. So when it's needed most, the Outlaws have answered the call. And usually I'm saying that about the Monarchs, but today, boy, Gilmore, he gets extended. Easy pocket in that top corner. No chance for Wendy. .9:04 to play here, fourth quarter. Off the draw. Scooped up, and it seems like whenever that ball's on the carpet, there are blue shirts around it. Power diving in there, and that's not going to work. Good effort, but it won't. And now the Outlaws will get it in the offensive end, Bergsma. So expect the veterans now in Renault, St. John, Bergsma to understand the clock situation. Bergsma, good job discipline-wise. They'll swing it around and work it to that right side. Haig does a good job to recovery, kicks it out. One quick shot, rings it off the iron, gets his own rebound, and a fresh 30 for the Outlaws. Under 8.5 to go. Haig lets it go, stuck right to Wendy. He'll hold it, look for a quick outlet, and he'll move it up in a hurry, and not able to handle that on the backhand was Stoller. So the Outlaws get a gift, and it's Nolan over the timeline. Renault on the run. St. John. Swing around. Bergsmo, 10 on the shot clock. St. John forced right out. That gets knocked away. Good job on defense by Eklund. Renault, though, knocks it away. And shot clock violation. So a good job by the Outlaws as they have no need to put another goal in. All they have to do is work the clock, be smart. Your concern now is injuries and suspensions. You don't want either. And just a bit too hands-on is going to cost the Outlaws a penalty as they had possession momentarily. 10 on the shot clock. Campbell Parker looking for Dance, and they couldn't connect. So the Monarchs will go back to work again with the man advantage. We'll see who the guilty party is, but it's a hold, and it's going to Andrioli with 7:14 to go here. 13-7 the score. Outlaws leading the Monarchs here. And that's going to take us to our officials' timeout. So back to work with a man advantage go the Monarchs here, trailing by 6 goals. And Szyckowski's going to take his full time to get back in that net. And he does. So the Monarchs now usual suspects out there as Miller and Follows on that right side. Looking for Dance inside. Can't connect. Miller, though, will keep it. Plenty of time in the shot clock. Follows. Him and Dance now on the switch. Follows in the shooter spot. Kick back over. Miller at the top. Swing around. Williams not expecting that. And pass goes. Miller's going to dump it down. Dance handcuffed. Spins around. Dance up, down. Fake. And crease the call. So too many fakes for the Dancer. Good job by Szyckowski to hold his ground. And Nolan now over the timeline. Atwood will set it up. Eklund almost came from the blind side there. No damage done. 6.5 to go here in the fourth. And Oshawa's going to be content to try and burn some here with under 1:10 to go in the man short. Gilmore's going to get pinned. It's going to shot clock violation, and Monarchs are going to race away looking for something with Patrick Thompson. Dance to work. We're under 1 minute to go in the power play. Thank you for joining us here as we close in on Christmas Day, of course, 2 days from now. And Williams, no look. Miller lets it go, and Szyckowski looked behind him, but Williams picks it up, tried to take advantage. Another save. Reset. Outlaws. Wallace battling for it. Monarchs going, scooped up by Miller, swung over to Follows. Fresh 30 here for the Monarchs. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Follows. Not sure why he didn't step in and take that shot. Wide of the mark. Follows now. Inside out twister. So Henry Follows goes to the short side. Third power play goal of the game for the Monarchs. And a big one as Follows picks up his first of the game, 7th of the season. And give the Outlaws some credit. They've done a good job of nullifying some of the Monarchs' weapons. 5:25 to go here in the fourth. And off the draw, Kuminga will flip it, but it'll be tracked down, though, by the Outlaws. Good job as Nick Webb in the mix. Nolan as well. Walker comes away with it. Coughs it up, though, and a late check, though, as Nolan didn't see that Walker had lost possession, and now the Monarchs will move it up. We are just inching into that 5-minute mark, so it's money time right now. Dance gets a screen. Dance, skip pass, duck in, fight dog, goes to the bounce, and the Monarchs still have a pulse. So Parker Pfeiffer with his second goal of the game. He's got 5 this season, but with 4:54 to go, question is, do the Monarchs have a little left, trailing now by 4? 4 goals with 4:54 to go is plenty of time. So the Outlaws can't play keep away right here. And they look to call a timeout, and I think a good timeout called, as we'll take a break. So Pfeiffer gets the goal. Dance and Parker pick up helpers. And when I say the Monarchs have a pulse, they have a little more than that. Plenty of time here. And again, I mentioned about them getting on a roll, and once they do, boy, they are dangerous. But possession to the Outlaws now. So we'll see if it's a good timeout by Joe Hilton Company, as Bergsma now will swing it around and get it back. St. John. So can't let up here. Outlaws got to continue to play, and hey, comes around. Good save by Wendy. Loose, and Kaminga took exception. Got to be smart here. Possession belongs to Heidecker. He'll move it up. Trying to duck in was Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer curling around. Monarchs trying to get something going here late. Follows. Down low. Williams tried to feather it. Good save by Shiskowski. A late hit on Dance. That's going to be a penalty. So, ill-advised check from Nolan Ruddy. He's going to head to the penalty box. Monarchs are going to go back to work with the man advantage. Their 8th power play opportunity of the game. They've scored 3 times, 2 times this half, and given up a shorty. Or 2. So to work here, Miller on the run, Williams kick it out, Pfeiffer swing it back. That hasn't worked, as that's a tough pass. Williams hasn't been able to get it cleanly. Follows, does a good job on the forecheck. Williams fishes it out, kick it out. Miller can't catch that cleanly. Gonna have to hustle here, keeps it over the timeline. 3:50 to go here. Minute and a half left in the man advantage. Miller's gonna set up shop at the top. Try to gap that box. Goes to the overhand. That goes off the defender and out of play. So that'll stay right here with the Outlaws. 30 more. Follows. And Dance on that left side. They'll go to the interchange. The Dancer. Kick over Williams. In the pocket. Pfeiffer. Swing. Miller. Dump down. Follows. Follows underhand. Stopped though by Shiskowski. Right where he should be. And now Nolan's going to have to make a good decision here with Dance forechecking, and Nolan dumps it out, gives it right back. So the Monarchs get another gift. Just under a minute to go to man advantage. Here's Miller. Numbers. And that's a handball. Don't see it too often. Miller's going to try to step in, kick it over. Pfeiffer's going to swing it up. They're going to be a little more deliberate here. Miller fakes the shot. Step in. Pfeiffer rings it off the iron. Going to be a run here. Haig's going to try to track it down in the corner, and he does for the Outlaws. 30 seconds left here in the penalty. 2:40 to go. Bergsma. Swing around, and that's a bad pass. Wendy will corral it, and looks like we'll get a... So the Monarchs, I don't think they've taken an official timeout. I think that ball may have just gone on to play. So going to be a penalty. My apologies, a penalty. And it's Jason Crawford, so I'd imagine be a too many men call. And that will nullify the power play. So the Outlaws get a break there and see if they can take advantage of it. 2.5 minutes away from their first win of the season. Atwood Swings it around. St. John, he's going to keep it well out. 6 seconds left in the Oshawa penalty. Bergsma's going to work one-on-one with 10. Bergsma draws a double team. Ethier on that backhand pass is a beauty. And hey, what a save by Wendy. If the Monarchs come back, that was the game saver right there. And here comes Ethier. We're at the 2-minute warning. No time to play around here. Portelli tried to tuck it. Szyskowski closed that off. Wallace now is going to make one pass. Grandel's going to move it up over the timeline, and Oshawa now is going to look to burn some time. They are on the power play. But in no hurry, no rush. This is where your vets come into play here. 7 on the shot clock. St. John. Haig, that one right on. Wendy, easy scoop. Going to look for the outlet. And it's a good one, D'Amico. He corrals it. Backdoor. One-on-one. Here's Fife Dog. Fife takes it. Pfeiffer! Top corner bounce. That was a beauty with 1:14 to go. Oh, the Fife Dog. Third of the game. Transition goal, and it's 13-10. And judging by where Craig Wendy's going, so they are going to pull the goalie for the extra attacker here to even it up. 38 seconds left in the Monarchs penalty, 1:14 on the clock. So good job by the officials to get the number count right. So taking a risk, the defending champs, as Kuminga, a demon on defense and in that draw circle, gets it, follows now. So no time to fool around here. We're into the final minute. Loose. Szyskowski picks it up, had a notion to go, and it's knocked down. Monarchs with a chance here. Williams knocks it down. Miller fishing for it. And going to be a slashing call as Williams in the process chopped down a tree or two. And with 50.7 seconds left, he'll head to the penalty box. So the Outlaws, with their 6th power play opportunity, they've scored 3 times, given up a shorthanded goal. But with 50.7 and 2 in the box for the Monarchs, the Outlaws don't even need to attack. They can just keep that ball out there and run this clock right out, which is probably the best way to go. And St. John just going to hold on to it. So penalty, first penalty over. And now it's a 5-on-4, 10 seconds in the shot clock. St. John going to dump it down. Gilmore's just going to roll that in the corner. 23 seconds left on the game clock. And it looks like the defending champs are going to run out of time here on this Saturday night pre-Christmas affair. Portelli, 10 on the game clock. Miller to the overhand. Beebe in the corner. So a late one with 2.9 from Nick Miller, his second of the game. Will close the gap to 13-11, but time on the side of the Outlaws. So you like the fight, but with the win, the Outlaws are going to put their first in the W column. They'll go to 1-2, and the Monarchs will lose for the second time this season. They will also go to a record of 1-2. 13-11, the final in favor of the Outlaws. That'll do it for us. And, of course, on behalf of the Arenalacrosseleague and JVI Productions, Merry Christmas and all the best to you during the holidays. Have yourself a good night. We'll see you next time.